Hello, everyone. This is Pastor Steve DeVore from Antioch Christian Church with this week's 3-minute message. Today's message is from Mark chapter 6, verses 30 through 44, and is a highly condensed version of the sermon from April 18th, 2021. The feeding of the 5,000 is the only miracle that is recorded in all four Gospels and is perhaps the most significant miracle that Jesus ever performed. That is why I want to share 3 things from this miracle that we need to understand. First of all, we need to understand what Jesus wants to do for us. Shortly before this miracle, Jesus had sent the 12 out to minister in his name. They preached that men should repent, and they healed many sick people. And more recently, John the Baptist had been killed by King Herod. When the 12 returned, Jesus wanted to get away for a private time of rest and emotional recovery. And so he got into a boat with his disciples and went away to a lonely place. But when he got there, the crowds were there already waiting for him. Jesus could have sent the crowd away, or Jesus could have easily gotten back into the boat, but Jesus was moved with compassion for the crowd, and he ministered to them. Similarly, Jesus wants to help us have the kind of life that God intended us to have in the beginning. This means that it is Jesus' passionate desire that we might be saved. John 3:16 says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him will not perish, but have everlasting life." Second, from the miracle of Jesus feeding the 5,000, we need to understand what Jesus is able to do for us. Using just 5 loaves and 2 fish, Jesus provided an all-you-can-eat lunch for 5,000 men, plus women and children, and there were 12 baskets full of leftovers. I would call those pretty impossible odds, but we need to understand Jesus is Lord of the impossible. He is able to do all things for us according to his love and his will. Third, from this miracle of Jesus feeding the 5,000, we must understand what we must do for Jesus. Notice Mark chapter 6, verse 37. Jesus told his disciples, "You give them something to eat." They thought he was asking an impossible task of them. But Jesus called the disciples to act in faith and to trust him to make the miracle happen through their hands. And that is exactly what they did. Similarly, we must trust Jesus and let him do his work in us and through us so that miraculous things can happen today. If you want to know more about these 3 important things concerning the miracle of feeding the 5,000, listen to my sermon from April the 18th, 2021. Meanwhile, may you have a great day and a blessed week.